Well, I made the pregnant bride for my scarecrow this year, mainly because I like to do something that pertains to the island, and Magnetic Island's very popular for weddings. Just for a little bit of quirky fun, I'd make her pregnant and say, well, I should have got married on Magnetic Island. Then I decided I'd make another one, so I did my little flower pot girl. She sits in the flower pot with the flowers that supposedly were taken out of the pot, and she holds them in her hand. I think the people who instigated the whole thing, the Scarecrow Trail, are to be congratulated, because it really does create a lot of interest.
One of the purposes of Magnetic Island Festival was to try and involve as many residents as possible and to provide lots of surprises for visitors. The notion of the community scarecrows and the associated competition is very much about everybody who wants to be involved make a scarecrow. The idea was not ours, it's borrowed from both New Zealand and the UK, where these things have taken place in the past. But as you can see this year, when we're up to nearly 40 scarecrows, it has been extremely positive with a great deal of creativity.
Yeah, the first time we were here, we saw one at the bus stop, which was wearing like the vest, I guess. Didn't even realize it wasn't a person until we had gone fully past it.
I think it's probably interesting for some of the tourists to go around and have a look at the scarecrows.
I think the Scarecrow competition is lots of fun and everyone puts so much energy into it.
The Scarecrow competition, it's a really great idea, good for community. There's quite a few around. It looks like people got involved and engaged in the spirit of it. It's good to drive around and just see them on the island.
These figures represent typical types that you see in North Thailand. The farmer is dressed in real Thai indigo farmer's clothes with the straw hat, and at any time during the rice season, planting and harvesting, you'll see people dressed in exactly that way. The second figure, the ghost, is based on the ceremonial ghost masks that are paraded each year in the northeast. The third part is the rice field. The ghost mask, Pitakon mask, which means a ghost with human eyes. They're fairly scary things often. The diabolical teeth and the eyes and the talismans on the hat represent the magical forces from the other side. So between the diligence and the care of the farmer and the power of the ghost, they will scare away the pests, the birds, the crows, but also the insects and the rodents that they're protecting the rice crop. That's what I tried to represent here.
One that I particularly like is the Negro Scarecrow with the heart, loving the world or something like that's the message. I thought that was splendid.
Hi, my name's Martina Eliza. I made the Bathing Beauty Scarecrow because some people say I'm pretty scary. So I thought, why not make a self-portrait scarecrow? And I hope that people have really enjoyed it. Thanks.
The naked lady in the bathtub. So quite funny, really.
The Scarecrow competition on the island is just the best thing you've ever seen. There's lots of really funny characters and things around. The one that Martina's done, I love, it's just so funny. Everyone needs to come and have a look at them all.
A sculpture which was trying to express a message supporting gay marriage. Whether that's something you agree with, whether that's something you don't agree with, that's not the point. The point is that the sculpture was actually raising that issue, and I think that was really good as well.
Better than last year. There was about 10 or 12 last year, but everybody seems to have got involved this year and there's a lot more of them.
My favourite is the bird watching in Mandalay Avenue.
This year they're all over the place. There's two really good ones in Mandalay Avenue where they're peeking over the fence. I said it must cost a lot to make the fence by itself, must have cost a lot of money to build.
Up to the mountains, down behind the waterfalls.
Mr. Can-Do started by just some scarecrow laying in the sun, but I thought, no, what's happening in this Queensland state? Many people are unemployed. Mr. Can-Do developed because of the elections that happened, and he certainly can do by sacking people. So we decided maybe we can make people aware of what's happening in the state. So we came up with Mr. Can-Do. Originally he was just sitting on the chair getting depressed, bored, but I thought, no, people need to get ahead and they need to do something. So he became a busker. Well, I've even received 70 cents donation. Meow. Meow, meow.
Guys, I made you scared with my scarecrow, that I scared the shit out of you, but I just wanted to join the competition.
Really interesting one. I think they're just selling vegetables, food, that sort of thing. But really interesting little initiative, something that grabs the attention.
In public sculpture, it's really important to perhaps have a sense of narrative, or the location, the siting of the sculpture is really important, or if it's raising an issue, or bringing something to people's consciousness. I think if it achieves any one of those things quite well, I think it's actually succeeding as a public work of art.